Oh my gosh, did you guys see the two politicians sitting down talking about rappers, music, and tacos? White man tacos. Oh, black tacos. Oh, race card tacos. While America is failing, millions are struggling and dying right now. Failed policies. Joe Biden was as sharp as a tack, wasn't he, Kamala? She had a job, couldn't do it. Worst approval rating. Not one single vote, but we've allowed the media to just build a candidate. You just can't make this stuff up, man. Ducking, dodging, hiding from interviews, debates. It's been almost a month. And this is what we get. And there's some people that are still clapping this on, man. You just can't make this stuff up. You just can't make this up. That's what them beautiful patriots around the world say. Shout out to my brothers and sisters, man. I hope everybody is blessed, well, and healthy, man. But I want to send a huge shout out to my boy Life of Reckless, man. And a lot of y'all might already be subscribed to his channel. And there's a lot of amazing creators that you guys support on this platform, as well as myself, and they support me as well, man. It's like we've all connected. I got some of their phone numbers. I'll talk to them outside of all this social media and YouTube stuff. Very genuine people, man. I've gotten to meet a lot of amazing people, man. And I've actually gotten to talk to Reckless, on the phone. An amazing guy, man. And a lot of y'all probably know him. And he said, if you get through, if last night in his video, he cracked me up when he said, if I get through this, I owe them $200 if I can get through this interview of Kamala Harris and Tampon Tim. But huge shout out to my brother, man. I've gotten to connect with a lot of amazing creators, man. Some that y'all already supporting this on this platform, from the Professor Nez's. Shout out to Nez Nation, Doug and Exiles, A-Dog, Kingdom Reacts, Trace Tainment, Get Fit University. It's a lot of amazing creators out here, man. Tons. Michael Duffy. I can literally go down the list, man. There's a lot of amazing creators out here, man. And we are waking up a lot of people, man. A lot of people, never Trumpers, Democrats, man. We've woken up a lot of people, man, to all the nonsense, all the crap, all the lies, the failures, man. There are people dying and struggling right now. And what is this? And as you can see, that Trump and Vance ticket, true leadership. We're actually talking about policy. We're actually talking about, problems and issues, how we're going to fix this, and that. The things that are affecting everybody in their everyday lives. And it just been a complete show. I ain't lying to you. A complete. But huge shout out to my boy Reckless, man. And again, it's just amazing how you guys have changed my life, man. I've gotten to meet and talk to so many people, and even with Reckless, talking with him, and I even got to support his brand. I spent almost $300 on his merch, and I love his message, and I can't wait to wear it on camera. I've already tried it on. It fits amazing. I bought everyone on his website, and it represents depression and anxiety, and that you never know what somebody's going through. So I had to buy the merch out. I'm gonna even buy some more for the family and friends, and support him even more. But if you guys want me to support any of you guys' merch, or one thing I'm not just supporting other creators, but I love supporting everybody. I don't care what you do. I'll support your business. I'll support whatever you have going on in your life. If you're selling something, if you have some kind of business going on and you're trying to get it out there, message me, and I'll even spend money and support you. I'm all about uplifting others, man. We've done a lot of things in the community, man. I tell you, we've sent out over thousands of mega hats. We've given away free motorcycles this year. We've blessed so many people this year, man. We've sent out tons of gifts, and a lot of y'all that are watching, you probably received gifts from me, and I ain't lying. But it's all about being a blessing to one another, man, and lifting people up during these dark, disgraceful, woke times, man. You never know what people are going through, man. But huge shout out to my boy Life of Reckless. Bless him and his family, him and his girls, man. And I didn't know that me and his age gap were literally 2 years, 2 years apart from each other. Him being, I think, 26 and I'm 24. You know, but us creators, man, especially us black conservatives, I don't like pulling the race card, man, because one love to the human race. I don't care what skin color you are, man. One love to the human race, man. One love, baby. But us black conservatives are waking up a lot of people, man, and we're just sick and tired, man. Sick and tired. Sick and tired, man. But let's go and jump in, man. This Harris Walls interview after 30 days. You just can't make this stuff up, man. You know. But then there's some people said, oh, did you see these two talk? Trump and Vance couldn't talk about tacos and have a genuine conversation. You know? No, Trump, they're busy trying to, you know, fix the mess that they caused. VP. These last 3.5, 4 years have been terrible. Disaster. Failure. Let's jump in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I love you guys, man. Sorry if I talked up a storm. But you know, I gotta keep it real with you guys, man. You know, I've talked to a lot of amazing creators on this platform, and we're all on board, man. We are all on board. You know, we're all fighting to get our country back. And we encourage everybody to go out and vote. It's going to be too big to rig this year. Too big to rig. Let's jump in.
I talk about it being halftime in America. We're a touchdown down. And I kind of like the idea of being a little bit behind.
Well, I'm looking at Coach Walls right now. I'm looking at Coach Walls. Mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
Pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's
and,
okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota, you know.
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
Well, trying to expand my food knowledge.
You know, we've got some
white man tacos. Everything's about race. Especially with the left. With the Dems. Everything's about race. That's where we see the most race hustling, race baiting. Yeah. Everything's about race.
cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I called you, Tim.
I was hoping maybe we wouldn't have to.
I called you, Tim.
Yes.
You didn't answer, Tim.
I know.
What happened?
The most important call.
Y'all know, look, Tim. Tampon Tim. Stolen Valor Tim. We have a little bit of inch in our hearts that we kind of do feel bad for you. And we know why you didn't answer the phone when she called you to tell you that she wants you to be the VP. We know why, Tim. We kind of feel bad for you too, you know? Yeah. You know?
All of my life, it popped up and we didn't recognize the caller ID, and it went to voicemail.
Hi, this is Tim. I'm not able to answer.
There you go.
Responsible. Thank you.
Hey, Tim, it's Kamala. I really want to talk to you.
It is an amazing privilege for me. Also, I'm excited. I just want to be part of the excitement that you're generating.
Well, we're doing it together, buddy.
It's fun.
We're doing it together. How have these last couple of days been for you?
I can see where the energy comes. America is a hopeful country.
Indeed.
People are excited.
In every one of those groups of thousands, sometimes over 10,000 people, you've seen exactly who we are as America.
Yeah.
People from rural areas, urban areas, of every stripe and size and background. This is who we are as America, and we're all in it together.
Yeah.
And in this campaign, the only way we win is to keep the pedal to the metal for these next many, many days that we have. So, Tim, what's your relationship to music?
Yeah. For me, the transformational piece of music was Bruce Springsteen's The River, which is a journey. You know all the tracks, and I'm that guy. My first car, it's the summer 1980, been saving up. I buy a 1973 orange Chevy Camaro, got an 8-track player in it.
Oh, wow.
Previous owner left Bob Seger's Night Moves in there. I listened to it, and it's kind of the soundtrack of my life of Detroit's own Bob Seger. But what's really great about this is I have a '79 International is my car. It's got an 8-track player in it. I have the very 8-track to this day.
You're kidding.
You know, a lot of y'all like, Rick, I know you're kind of like, you're kind of budging in. Yeah, y'all know my background, man, and how I lost my father, man, and how me and him connected through fishing, cars. You know, we did everything in the garage, man. Our own oil changes. If we could save money and stop going to that scam dealership, or we even had our mechanic in the community. He always gave everybody a cheap price. Shout out to Enrique, you know, and our Asian homie Twan. You know, he was, you know, they always gave us the cheapest price. But if we didn't have to, you know, go through them, we did everything ourselves. You know, and a lot of y'all know, man, I've owned some amazing vehicles, and I've bought vehicles for me and my father. And once he passed away, man, I got into the bike community, the bike life. You know, I'm a rider, so I love cars and bikes and stuff. So I can kind of, you know, all right, Tampon Tim, Stolen Valor Tim, you know, you still don't qualify my book though, sir. You still don't qualify my book, man, because I see through all this crap. I see through this whole interview. You know, we need to be talking about policy. We need to be talking about problems and issues right now. You know, we don't care about $25,000, comrade Kamala, communist Kamala. That's just gonna make everything worse.
Me.
No, but how about you?
I grew up, you know, so all these albums here, I mean, Aretha, my mother had every Aretha album, and like our Christmas gift to my mother, her birthday gift was always like, what's the latest Aretha Franklin record?
So it's on vinyl in your house as a
all of it.
Wow.
All that and Stevie. And then Miles, and my dad loved jazz, and so it was Miles, it was Coltrane. One of my personal favorite musicians for when I was younger was Prince. Oh. And of course from your estate,
Little Red Corvette.
And he, you know, in fact, I'll tell you, so
Purple Rain, baby. What y'all know about that Purple Rain?
my husband Doug and I'm more of a hip hop girl. Yep. He's more of Depeche Mode.
Oh yeah, about the same time.
Yeah, I'm sure you
like the same music. Of course. So.
But Prince, you know, in the Venn diagram of things, Prince, he and I love the same, because I mean, talk about how Prince was with that guitar, man. I almost know by heart every one of those songs.
I feel like a trip to Paisley Park is going to happen here if the staff.
It's on my bucket.
Kamala, name us 5-10 songs right now. I don't think she knows 5. I don't think she knows 5 or 10, y'all. I'm just being honest. You know, and we know about 20. Y'all seen us. This channel was built off reacting to music, being a reactor. I know my songs. I don't think she knows them, y'all. What do y'all think?
Okay, I'll tell you that. Tell me about your dad and his influence on you. Yeah. He served our country. You have served for our country for so many years. Yeah.
I was 19. My little brother, I think, was 8 or 9 when he passed. He was a chain smoker. You know, just addicted. They had a bit of Korean War era, and that generation of men pretty stoic. After he died, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She became our rock, and now she had to go out and get work because the medical bills broke her, and Social Security. And Social Security survivor benefits. We're fine pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We had no boots. That's the boots.
And it's survival,
we paid
literally.
It back. It is survival. We all paid it back. So programs that are just fundamental to keeping people from dropping into poverty, but to live with dignity. You keep talking about that.
We got to help people get through a hard time. We can't have a country and policies that let people fall through the cracks. Yeah. I love what you have done with your life. You were coaching a high school football team that was winless.
Yes.
And you came in, and so they were clearly the underdogs. And what happened?
Yeah, it's a team, and I had great coaches with me, and we were friends, and we buckled down. And look, I was a fairly big school, but nobody wanted to play because they hadn't won. And this group of coaches said, first and foremost, we gotta build the team. We gotta go out and find people. So we invited him in, and I'll be honest, the first year, we did not score a touchdown until the last game of the year. We got shut out in every game. My high score until the final game was my defensive tackle because we got a safety in one game. 2 years later, those kids won a state championship. That school has won several more since then after we left. You build culture. You build winning. Right. People want to be a part of it. And that's the excitement. That's the excitement of what it can be.
That's how I feel about our campaign.
Yeah.
Our campaign is the underdog campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And with our joy, we also have to understand that we're still up against some forces.
Yes.
That are trying to divide our country. It pains me the kind of division and the stoking of divisions that has taken place, right? And when we can remind people and create a space for everyone to come where they see each other and say, magic. Hey, we're all in this together.
It almost feels like everybody's coming out of their house after a blizzard and, a Minnesota reference, and you shovel out, and then you start talking to your neighbors. How was it the last couple days or whatever it might be? They're re-energizing.
Yeah, Tim, after everything is burned down. Yeah. After everything is burned down, Tim. Yeah. You did a good job at that, buddy.
And they're looking for their neighbors. We keep saying, keep talking about the promise of America.
And the most division came from them. Barack Obama, Biden. Now we have to hear identity politics all the way to November 5th. A so-called black woman. She's a woman. I want to see a woman of color. And there are some clueless individuals out there that don't know one single policy. They don't know. They haven't looked at anything of what's really going on. But all they can tell you is I'm voting because she's a woman of color, and we need to make history. We need to have a first woman of color as president. And that is what's wrong with America. That is what's wrong. You are a part of the problem to whoever has that mindset, especially with everything that is happening right now. We need common sense back. I don't care about tacos and music right now. Or a football team that went 0 for 18, 0 for 15, or 0 for 2, whatever, that couldn't win a football game. And that's America right now. Can't win a football game. Failing.
And we say, take care of your neighbor.
In the face of a stranger, when you're looking in the face of a stranger, you should see a neighbor, right?
Yeah. I'm about crying on this when you talk about, look, a girl from Oakland, California, and a guy from out in Nebraska on there. And the number of people I watch just kind of nod and break into a smile. This exploiting the differences, it can't last. I talk about it being halftime in America. We're a touchdown down because a lot of folks, it's easier to tear things down. It's easier to divide than it is to build. But once you start that momentum, once we come out and where we're at right now, people want to be part of something that's winning. They want to be part of something that's good, and they want to be part of something that everybody can be a part of. And I kind of like the idea of being a little bit behind.
Well, I'm looking at Coach Walls right now. I'm looking at Coach Walls.
Did you always know you wanted to be an attorney?
My parents met when they were active in the civil rights movement. I grew up around a bunch of people that were, marching and shouting for justice. And some of the heroes of that movement were the lawyers, Thurgood Marshall, right? They understood how to translate the passion from the streets to the courtrooms of our country. And they believed in the Constitution of the United States and the principles upon which it was founded. And that's where they then, in the courts of America, reminded us of the promise, right? And the ideals of our country, including equality, freedom, right? That's why I went to law school. But the other reason is when I was in high school, my best friend, I learned, was being molested by her stepfather. And when I realized what was happening, I told her, you have to come live with us. I called my mom. I have to tell you, Tim, it was the first time that I realized how not everyone can take their safety for granted.
Yeah.
And what we should all feel is a sense of responsibility to protect people from harm.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided I want to be a prosecutor.
Wow.
And as a prosecutor, I prosecuted homicide cases. I prosecuted a number of different types of cases. But
then we look at that record. But I did like that story, man. You know, we don't wish, you know, that on anybody, man. And we are totally against that. You know, we are totally against it. Totally against it. I know I'm big on that, man. You know, but then we look at that record.
Specialized in child sexual assault cases. And one of the things I did was create a whole unit dedicated to focusing on children who are being abused and to ensure that they have dignity in the process and justice. There's so much work that we still have to do to make sure that children have a voice.
For me, that's kind of with me. Get in as a teacher. It's about the kids and wherever you teach.
Right.
Once I had my own children, it became so clear to me, and I think it made me a really good teacher.
Yeah.
That child who came through the door was somebody's most special thing in their life.
Absolutely.
Thinking of a parent dressing their little one up and sending them off to school so proud of them, I wanted to come through that door and just lift them up, that sense of service. It's interesting, two different parts of the country, two different lived experiences, but all coming to that same goal of everybody getting a fair shot.
Well, you know, I have to tell you, Tim, even though you and I grew up in different parts of the country, you remind me of the people I grew up with. Hardworking folks, plain speaking.
Yeah.
People who know the difference between right and wrong.
Yep.
And care, love thy neighbor in the most authentic and true way.
Yeah.
Those are the folks I grew up with, and I know that's who you are. And I'm so glad we're doing this together.
I'm proud to be with you.
Oh boy. Oh brother. And I love how a lot of people in the comments weren't going for it. Like but then there were some people like, oh, it's so refreshing. You know, they don't know what's going on. They're clueless, you know. But I love how a lot of people, man, that are just, they've seen what these last 3.5, 4 years have been, you know. And they've seen that it took them almost a month and they haven't done any interviews or anything, you know. People are sick and tired, man. People are sick and tired. A lot of people in the comments are saying, what is this? What is this? You know? Because we are in big trouble, man. We are a failing nation. You know? But hey, let me know what y'all think of this. Comment down below. Huge shout out to my boy Life of Reckless, man, once again. And I thank you guys, man, for getting me to this point where I've gotten to meet and, you know, conversate and step out of my boundaries, man, and comfort zone. And it's just a blessing, man. I tell you, a huge blessing, man. I never thought we would get to this point where, you know, a lot of people have so much love and respect for me, my channel, and everything that I'm about, man. And we're all fully on the same page. You know, it's a blessing, man. A huge blessing. But God bless you all and your families. I love y'all, man. One love to the human race. I will catch you beautiful people in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.